Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to introduce the concepts of complementary and supplementary, or we're going to talk about complements and supplements. Complements are defined as two angles whose sum is 90 degrees, or two angles which form a right angle are complements. So, to give you an idea of some samples of complements, we could have something that looks like this, where we've got a right angle, and those two rays, or those two angles, make up that right angle. Those are complementary. But they don't always have to be within the same diagram. Hello. We had company. We could have an angle of 30 degrees, and we could have another angle of 60 degrees, and those would also be complementary. No. Some reasons and proof. If the sum of two angles is 90 degrees, then they are complements. If two angles form a right angle, then they are complementary. Kind of my first example there. And my second example would be the sum of two angles is 90. Or you might also see if two angles are complementary, then their sum is 90 degrees. So you've got the converse there. Most often we'll use the middle one. If two angles form a right angle, then they are complementary. The complement of an angle is. This is an expression that you're going to see in some of your classwork problems. Well, let's take a look at that. If we have two angles that are complementary, okay, let's just say that one angle is 15. Well, what's that other angle? You probably did the math on that already, but how did you do that? What was the math that you did? Well, hopefully the math that you did was 90 minus 15, or 75. So again, if I change the measure of the angle to something else, let's say, do the same thing, and now we'll say it's 40. Well, the measure of the other angle is going to be 90 minus 40, or, as you probably said right away, 50. So if I have an angle X, what's the complement of the angle X? We don't know. We do know, though, if that's 90 and the angle's X, the complement of this angle, well, just like we did 90 minus 40 or 90 minus 15, now we'll do 90 minus X. So, well, that was a terrible 9. So the complement of an angle is 90 minus X. So whenever you see the complement of an angle is 90 minus X equals. Supplement. On to supplement. We can use the same thing. Now we're going to just interject supplementary. So two angles whose sum is 180, or two angles that form a straight angle, are supplements. Same kind of thing, our sample, but now we have a straight angle. And we would say that these two angles, 70 and 110, are supplements. And again, we can have, they don't have to be on the same line. We could have two angles of, 80 and 100. And we would say those two angles are supplementary. Your reasons and proof. If two angles form a straight angle, then they are supplementary. We'll use that one quite a bit. That's going to be very common. Or if two angles are supplements, then their sum is 180. Now the expression, the supplement of an angle is. Well, again, I have two angles, and if one angle is 50, well, we can probably figure out what the other angle is. You're going to do that math in your head, and hopefully you got 130, but you did, well, that's going to be 180 minus 50. So the supplement of the angle on the right, the 50, is 180 minus 50. So using the same thing we did for complementary, if our given angle is x, well, what's the supplement of x? Well, just like we did here, the angle was 50, we did 180 minus 50 to get our 130. The supplement of an angle is 180 minus x. So just like the complement of an angle is 90 minus x, when we say the supplement of an angle is, we'll say the supplement of an angle is 180 minus x. Now be careful, a common mistake is to say x minus 180. That is not correct. So be careful, do not do that. It's 180 minus x. So complement of an angle as well is, again, 90 minus x, not x minus 90. So there's your introduction to complements and supplements, and we will see you in class.